have assembled here a most congenial group, brought together by the love for a truly great beer. Right, group?
Right!
Congenial refers to being agreeable, suitable, or pleasing in nature. Congenial can refer to a person, can also refer to a group or a situation. So you can have a congenial person who is friendly, easy to get along with, or a congenial group where the people seem to have a common spirit which helps them to get along with each other. Or you can also have a congenial situation where people feel very comfortable and very confident and happy with what they're doing. It can also refer to a climate too, which would typically be temperate, not too hot, not too cold, where people can go outside and usually feel pretty comfortable. The current economic climate is very congenial to developing new computer businesses. We went out to dinner the other day. We went to an Italian restaurant where we could enjoy a very congenial surroundings with good food. Many immigrants come to the United States and enjoy a very congenial atmosphere of tolerance and economic opportunity.
I'd like to meet you, but I'll bet you're hoping for a hunk. And all I've got to offer is sensitivity, intelligence, and charm.
Hunk refers to a large, muscular male who is considered to be attractive to females. So if a woman is looking for a hunk, she's looking for someone who would typically be reasonably tall and handsome with a very well-developed, attractive physique. Oftentimes, somebody that's a hunk will also be a heartthrob, but typically a hunk is more their physical characteristics, where a heartthrob would be more of an emotional type of attraction. Hunk can also refer to a large piece of bread or a large piece of meat. And if the pieces are still large but they're bite-sized, then they would be called chunks. When Arnold Schwarzenegger was in his prime, he was considered to be a real hunk. He was Mr. Universe, probably more muscular than just about anyone else in the entire world. Plus, he was handsome, too. When I went to Europe, I used to buy a hunk of bread and a hunk of cheese, and sometimes I didn't even bother to make a sandwich. I would just bite off a chunk of the bread and then I'd bite off a chunk of the cheese.
There you are, luscious lasagna. Your flavor and aroma locked safely in a Ziploc storage bag.
Luscious refers to something that is delicious, and people also associate it with the idea of something that is full or plump. So, for example, you can have a luscious peach, which would tend to look sort of full, or you could have a luscious forest, which would tend to be very green, or oftentimes a woman will be referred to as luscious, which means that she's very sexually appealing and voluptuous. I used to be a big meat eater, but over the past couple of years I've been trying to eat more fruits. So I like to make luscious salads with grapes and strawberries and other luscious fruits, and I find it to be more tasty than meat. I went on an Amazon river cruise a few years ago, and I was completely amazed at how luscious the jungle was. It looked like you couldn't even walk through it for 2 feet. It was so full. I don't think you'd want to either, because it was probably full of poisonous snakes and plants, so you probably wouldn't last long anyway, even
Okay.
though it was very beautiful. Oh man, I ate this luscious cheesecake the other day for dessert, and I've been regretting it ever since. I'll have to go on a diet for a full day just to make up for it. I have this problem with my boss. I've got a crush on her. She's very pretty and she has these luscious lips. And when she talks, I can hardly hear what she's saying. She's so pretty.
That's all for today. Tom Taylor is an ESL tutor. He teaches English in the United States and outside, all over the world, using Skype. He can be reached at his website, which is
ESL-fullsteamahead.com.
click on this link and check out his website and email with questions. Thank you, Tom, and I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.